Welcome back, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. I am Jen Thépuppét, your resident fabricant and commenter extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And today we're going to be reviewing the 11th episode, the season finale of Young Rock, entitled Election Day. And of course it's coming to you from NBC and streaming on Hulu and on Peacock. So, was it good? Was it bad? And should you be watching? Stick around because I have opinions. If you smell what Young Rock is cooking. Young Rock episode 11, the season finale, entitled Election Day. And it's all here. It's all for the, for all the marbles. Is The Rock going to be the president of the United States in 2032? Well, who knows? It's a lead up to Election Day. And because of that, it's, of course, also time to kind of bring full circle this entire season. As it relates to this, the whole campaign to get The Rock elected and how all of his, his familial anecdotes, how they all relate to who he is as a person and why he should be president. And it all comes full circle in another sense in that narratively, the way they tell this particular episode goes back to the first episode. If you can believe it, 10 episodes before, when they started off showing you a small little slice of Young Rock's life in the three different parts of his life that we've been covering. Of course, that's 82, 87, and 1990. And above all of that, you also see the common thread going through here about determination and family and just, rolling with the punches, making the best out of everything and following your dreams and being, doggedly determined. And like I said, family above all. So we see Young Rock, he's having to deal with the fact that his dad's going to go on the road. He's been living in Hawaii and his dad's been wrestling there. But now his dad's got to go on the road because the WWE is beckoning. And it's there that he learns a pretty big lesson from his dad, from Rocky, about not just what being a man's about, about being there for the family, but family in general and how it's kind of on him to put family first. It all leads into a very, a touching bit where The Rock unintentionally, young Dewey, he unintentionally hurts his mom's feeling because he really wants to go and follow after his dad, whom he idolizes. And instead, he fixes it all up by letting her know that he would like nothing better than to be there with her while the dad's on the road. Very, very sweet little moment. Let me just say, the kid who plays little 10-year-old Rock, what not just a cute kid, but just he really plays up. I don't think he's the best actor of the three that are playing Rock, but he is definitely in his wheelhouse. He's really great. He's really great. He really shows off not just a sweetness and a very earnestness, but also a toughness that I think is shows in The Rock as in the real life as a grown man, but that was instilled in him by his parents and his family and everything. It's all very very beautiful little scene. The next scene we see Rock in 87, and he's apparently had a really great football career, and he's also sort of dealing with the fact that, hey, he doesn't like being poor and all that, but grandma's back, the family's all all together, but what he really wants above everything else is to kind of get them out of their situation. And we saw that in the other episodes when he talks about it when he's at Miami. And part of that is to kind of reorient his attitude about going out and getting it, kind of taking the bull by the horns, if you will. And we see how his confidence has really shot up because not just because, his dad tells him to sell the gimmick, to work the gimmick, but in particular, he knows he's a talented player and all of these colleges are making him think I'm a talented player. But being recruited by all these big programs, not good enough. He wants to be recruited by the best program in the country. And when they don't come a calling, he does what The Rock, what he learns from Rocky and from professional wrestling, working the gimmick. And he goes out and gets it. and shows how, being confident in yourself about wanting to go after what you want. Not just with the football, which really is pretty awesome how he, he sells the gimmick in a way of saying, I'm a hard ass worker. I'm working so hard in the gym that, hey, I can't even be on time for this little meeting with the University of Miami coaches. And that's really something that, bleeds through in how they expect him to act when he comes up to Miami. But also he does it with Karen, fine ass Karen, and who apparently hadn't been talking for a year. But still, he's able to show the swagger and the confidence, but also the desire and willingness to go after what he wants. And that leads us to, college age Dewey. He's graduated. He's trying to get in the NFL, working his ass off in the gym, working hard, the hardest worker you can possibly find, and really keeping his confidence that, hey, I can be in the NFL, and I just have to work my ass off so that the draft comes around. And so what we see is, the whole family rallying around. They believe in his dream. They believe in what what he wants to do and how he's going to help the whole family. As his mom says, had told him back when he was in high school, you're going to bring us all with you into this success. And so what happens? Well, draft day rolls around. Draft day 2 rolls around. Doesn't get drafted into the NFL. It's a big crushing blow. But mom, of course, she brings it home that, hey, that just because you didn't do it right here doesn't mean you're not going to do it. Something great is on the horizon. It's a very beautiful thing. We know what's really beautiful is, also that, it's beautiful that the grandmother's there and the whole family's there saying, hey, you didn't let us down. There's another opportunity down the road. It's a very, very beautiful, touching bit that everyone, the whole family rallies around because it's all about family. And I forgot to mention something. Leah, it's not just about young Dewey. Also, Leah, she gets busted, but she's such a cold ass, hard ass woman that it doesn't even faze her that the FBI gets on her butt about kind of intimidating Greg Yao. And they say. They go around and say that's for another time. Can't wait to see that. I'm sure they're going to talk about that in season 2. So at the end of it all, Dwayne at the end of his college career doesn't get drafted to the NFL, but he does get a call to go to the Canadian Football League, and he takes with him not just his mom's ukulele as hey, a memento, but also all of the lessons, all of the strength and tenacity that his entire family brought to bear. And this episode, so much heart, so much, there's fun stuff. It's very, we got to see the Macho Man and other members of Leah's her wrestling family. We got to see the Johnsons as they see his triumphs, they see his travails, and how they just keep it together because it's all about family to them. Very sweet. And at the very end of the episode, I can't even lie, there's a tear-jerking moment. A couple of them, actually. The first one is when Dwayne Johnson, our actual Dwayne Johnson, not the actors, is sitting down on a bench and feeding pigeons, and his actual mom, comes and sits with him. And, they're talking about, I could win this. Maybe, I don't know. I could win this. It could happen. And she's obviously very proud of him. And he mentions his dad and what he would think. And I'm not even kidding. My eyes missed it up. Then he mentions the grandmother and what she would be saying. And there's I don't even want to call it acting. There's an actual, moment of just being sort of choked up a little bit on behalf of The Rock's mom, Ata, when she talks about both of those people who were so near and dear to her and how they had passed on. And it's honestly one of the most heartfelt moments in a show I've seen all year. A very beautiful moment. And then they go the next step by having them go to the headquarters, their campaign headquarters, go up an elevator side by side. And as the doors close, we see the youngest Dewey and his mom that we see from back in 1982 standing next to each other. And I cannot stress enough. One of the most just moving little bits of TV you're likely to see, at least this year, but definitely one of the best. So, at the end of the day, just a wonderful, wonderful season finale to a great show, a show that I had high hopes for and were exceeded all the way around. So much fun and laughter, character, over the top characters, but some very serious, real issues, some very serious and real, growth, and just a window into the things that made Dwayne Johnson who he is today. And if this is a stealth campaign, or for The Rock to try to become president one day, it's a damn good one. Very entertaining. Great way to end this season. So, if you're not watching the show, dang it, all 10 episodes on Hulu or Peacock, get down there and stream these and binge them, and let's just look forward to season 2. So, just love the Young Rock. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, those are my thoughts on the season finale of Young Rock. So, what did you guys think of this episode, and what did you think about my review? Why don't you get down there in the comments and let me know what you're thinking. Of course, you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1, and we can chop it up, talk about, quite honestly, probably one of my favorite shows of the last 5 years, definitely one of my top 3 shows of this year. Also, hey, are you a member of the Super Not Funny Show? What? You're not? What are you doing? Get down there, hit the subscribe button, and join the Super Not Funny Show family. And while you're at it, you can also hit that notification bell. It'll let you know when we drop new content, and we're doing that every week, doing new reviews, new reactions, anything else that floats our pop culture boat, like the Invincible cast that I do with my friend Lottie when we talk about the show Invincible. Thanks again, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, for joining me on this review. Come back again next time. We're going to be reviewing new things. New things are starting to come out for the summer season, and I'm continuing to review other shows. Go check those out with me. Until then, I've been Jen Thépuppét, your resident Fabricant and comment extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace!